Checkity check. Everybody's like they can't hear nothing. Of course, I didn't have no sound up. That's Denver, Colorado right now. Like, so as I'm talking to you, an hour and a half north of where I'm at right now, an hour and a half, probably now with no traffic, take you about an hour and a half to like get to those streets where those people are at. Y'all want to take a road trip? Y'all want to go up to Denver real quick? For real. Y'all want to go to Denver and we'll go check this thing out live and see what's going on? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go up to Denver. Are you crazy? I made some statements today on my personal Facebook page that probably would get me in trouble. I said, if Colorado burns tonight, make sure to inhale. I'm just saying. I also said the meek will inherit the earth. I need a controlled burn on my property, so take it for what it is. Those are joking statements in a sense. On the other side, they're not. That's the truth. The meek will inherit the earth. So if it burns, it's going to grow back. Just like the Waldo Canyon burn scar is growing back. So, there are history stories that have talked about civilizations being burnt to the ground when people rioted or when the kings came through with their soldiers and they just burn stuff down. I mean, this is the same story we've told 100 times over and over. We've literally done this. We've been going in circles. You know what's funny? You know what's kind of hilarious about this whole situation? If you haven't watched the new documentary on Netflix, it's not a documentary. That's what's wrong with our civilization right now. I just called something a documentary. It's not a documentary. It's a Netflix TV show called Space Force. It's kind of just making fun of SpaceX, that's going on right now. It's real informative, should I say. But that's neither here nor there. The fact that we think we can conquer space, but meanwhile on the streets of the earth, we are fighting amongst ourselves, crushing each other's necks and backs into the pavement and burning buildings down. Should we really be worrying about conquering space while meanwhile craziness has ensued on the earth? You guys think I'm just talking conspiracies and stuff like that. Do you know that there are some people in America right now that are still on lockdown orders? Do I have to remind you of the last 30, 60 days? We went from pandemic to pandemic. I kind of think that the pandemic that is being talked about in the news today is a more accurate depiction of a pandemic across America than the COVID-19 has been depicted. If all of these people that are protesting in America right now in cities across America, if all of these people had died during COVID-19, then that's when we would have paid attention, right? That's when, but the problem is COVID-19 took a few more people than the flu does, and we have a vaccine for the flu. And we're not even sure on the numbers because we know the numbers have been faked in state after state after state. And then we go from COVID-19 into this. Brother against brother, mom against mom, dad against dad, everybody against everybody. Because it's not just about one person, by the way. If you think that these protests are about a guy who was murdered in the streets, sorry, Jack. It's not. This is just, that was like the last little drop of sand that fell on the sand pile full of issues that set these people off. It was a drop of sand. We worry about everything. We worry about space, saving the whales. All of a sudden, somebody says this ain't right for one man to kill another man, and we don't protest this and we don't get upset about this. This is rightfully a protest for hundreds of lives, thousands of lives that have been killed by police officers. This is what that protest going on in Denver. This ain't about one person. This is about a trend, okay? It's about a trend that has become blatantly obvious because of the internet. I mean, soldiers have been killing people in the streets of America for a minute. They've been doing it. And when I say soldiers, I mean cops. You can call them protectors. You can call them heroes. You can call them the aliens. They do call themselves blue lives. So whatever you want to call them, I don't care. The soldiers, the guards, the keepers of the keys, the guys that actually do hold life and death on their hip, and the enforcer to do it. This has been happening for a minute. A lot longer than you and I have been alive. You know what the ironic thing about this is? It really is brother against brother. So, if we're going to boil this down to race, if we would just say this was a race game, it kind of is. It's more about a brother and a stepbrother. That's really what this is. This is a brother and a stepbrother, but they're both brothers. They got the same father, okay? If we're going to boil this down to race, we are all freaking descendants. And way back when, men do what men do, and a man laid with a whore, had a baby. Wasn't really a whore. It was a maidservant. But nonetheless, he laid with his servant and he had a baby. The problem is this was a special dude. And he was kind of supposed to do something. He was supposed to be the father of modern civilization. And he laid with a maidservant to have a kid, but then it turned out his real wife could still get pregnant too, and she had a kid. So now we had two brothers. Same father, same damn father. Different mother. One was white, one was black. I promise you, you think I'm lying to you. You think this is a made-up story. The problem is both the sons were blessed. Both of them. Both of them. and they took off. Then one tribe was formed and another tribe was formed. A few thousand years later, the tribes are still fighting. The brothers are still fighting each other. Y'all think I'm making this up, but it's happened over. If we're going to boil this down to race, it's blame the father. Because the father slept with two women, had two sons. They split their ways. They created what we got today. By the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just trying to explain if we're going to boil this down to race. This is what it's always been, right? It's a tribal mentality. And the easiest separation of a tribe is what they look like, what people look like. So this tribal, this goes way back long before anybody you want to quote on American soil. You can quote all these guys you quote, like Martin Luther King and Abraham Lincoln. All these dudes, they already knew this. They knew this. They understood tribalism. That's why they said the things that they said. We got to get past the tribalism if we're ever. But the problem is, if it ain't race, it's something else. It's where I was born. I'm a Texan. I'm born and raised proud to be a Texan. If it's not Texan, it's something else. It's a money status. It's a middle class, upper class, lower class. It's a tribalistic society down to the very root that came from the two brothers because daddy slept with the maidservant. I could be lying, but the problem is most of y'all know I'm telling the truth. And we're trying to conquer space. We're trying to conquer space. SpaceX. Listen, I'm sorry. I turned that dude on from The Office. He's in this new Netflix show. I called it a documentary earlier today. It is not a documentary. It's a show with the dude from The Office. It's funny. It kind of makes fun of SpaceX. But when you think about this, we just launched some dudes into space to do some covert shit that we don't even know about. They're telling us one thing. This is part of the show. They're telling us one thing, but they're doing some other shit. And so we just launched some dudes into space, whatever, boots on the moon. And we're killing each other in the streets, though, down here on Earth. That right there, folks, is real life. That ain't fake news. There's nothing fake about that. That ain't misinformation. That is just simple fact. We just launched some dudes into space, but meanwhile, we're killing each other in the streets and burning shit. You know that's the truth. Oh, man. Denver. Dude, you know what, though? You know why Denver right now is peaceful? Those dudes are probably smoking some weed. They're all just smoking weed and hanging out in the streets. They're like, they told us we couldn't, but we kind of can. They locked us up for 60 days, put us on lockdown. And now we got a reason to get out, and we can be like, we can take part in a civil movement. I seen a video just a second ago. It was like a 12-year-old boy, 13-year-old boy. When he's 40, he's going to show them pictures. Let me show you my Instagram. I was marching in the streets of Denver. I was a revolutionary. These 13-year-old boys, these 12-year-old boys, they need this. They've been locked up for 60 days. I might ship my white boy up there just to beat on some walls. What do you do with 13-year-old kids when you have a lockup? Somebody that's a parent, that's an expert. You tell me what you do with your 13-year-old kids during lockup. And then you watch this video and you see how many 13 to 25-year-old boys they've been having locked up for 60 days. You tell me those dudes ain't going to break some shit. You're going to let them out. They want to break stuff. Don't you remember? You don't, because most of y'all are women, and you know what it is. But dude, if you would have locked me up for 60 days, 30 days, in my house, told me I couldn't do this and that, all of a sudden there's a reason why I can go out and be a misfit, and like I can dart into the crowd and throw it. They're telling me to wear a bandana. Like I can wear a bandana and not even look suspicious. I can have a mask on. This is almost like an orchestrated, first of all, tell them all to put masks on. Then let's get them in the street and let shit. We can't see who they are. Let them just trash shit. Poker game. Remember I told y'all about the poker game that happened up at the top? Trump called me and told me he was losing a poker game. And he played in this poker game and they started betting things like, first of all, I bet you I can get all those people to buy toilet paper with their cash. You need some cash to flow into some businesses? Buddy, I can make these people buy toilet paper with their cash. And then Trump was like, what do I come back with? Bet them that you can close the school. I bet you I can close the schools. Oh, yeah? I bet you I can close Las Vegas. Oh, yeah? I bet you I can close God. I'm going to close God down. Watch this. I'm going to shut down Easter Sunday in America. If you would have said that 10 years ago, there would have been some televangelist said over my dead body. You know what the pastors nowadays did? They shut their doors in America on Easter Sunday for the first time in 2,000 years. The house of God was closed in the majority of America. Now, let's convince these people, these citizens, hey, I bet you I can convince them to put underwear on their face, and we'll tell them they'll be safe from the virus. Tell them to put underwear on their face. Okay, no, they're never going to buy underwear. Tell them to put bandanas on. Everybody can wear a bandana. Everybody. Tell them to put bandanas on. Mask. Tell them they got to wear a mask. But give them options. They can wear a surgical mask. They can wear a bandana. They could wear underwear. The guy at the next, they're just placing bet. Okay, so you bet the toilet paper, you bet the schools, Vegas, house of God, underwear on the face. Okay, I got a good idea. We need to trash some shit. There's some places we need to trash. Can we get all these dudes out there in masks to just trash shit? How do we do that? Oh shit. Why don't we push on every media channel known to the face of the planet? Call them boys, call Zuckerberg up. Tell him we want to push some stuff on Facebook. Who owns that Twitter shit? Hey, call China up. Call China up, because I think they own that thing called TikTok. You know, TikTok's all about lip syncing. All of a sudden, TikTok's freaking rules have changed because they're showing people getting killed in the street. They're showing riots. So they had to have called China up and said, China, we need you to go lenient on the TikTok algorithm, and we need you to let these little boys run wild and TikTok the shit out of it. Then let's let them all burn some shit, and then let's bring them back quiet. We'll bring in the National Guard. Let's bring in the National. Fuck. We hadn't done that in a minute. We talk about that shit all. We hadn't done that in a minute. We talk about you. Can we bring in the? Can we really? Can we bring in the army? Can we bring in the military? Man, they're betting things up. They're just trying it all out. It's beautiful. This is all jokes, by the way. It was a poker game that happened, but they probably didn't bet all that stuff. I mean, they already got brothers fighting brothers. They already got everybody fighting with everybody. Got the whole damn system screwed. Screwed us for 60 days. Let's shut down the economy. Dude, Are these people staying in? Are the hotels in Denver open? Are we throwing conventions yet? I got to call some brothers out in LA. My production house is back out in LA. Must be open. We got to get some. If everybody is coming out of the woodwork, I mean, if America's open for protest, we should damn be open for some pharmaceutical companies to have some conventions. I know they got some drugs to release. Somebody's gonna. Oh, dude, I can't wait to work for the I can't wait to work for the pharmaceutical company that comes out with the COVID-19 virus pill. We will have a drug launch like no other. These dudes will be like, yeah, we took a hit during that COVID shit, but watch this. We got vaccines coming out like blue. You guys don't have no clue what I'm talking about. But until you have been to a drug release party, you ain't been to a party. There ain't nobody that throws parties unlike the pharmaceutical companies in America. Boy, call Michael up. We need some special effects. Call my boys down in Dallas. Call Square up. We need that production house. Call the boys out of LA. Come in with we are going to release some drugs. I'm telling you, this is the state of the world we live in. And if I'm lying to you, turn me off. Turn me off right now. If this has got you pissed off because you think I'm spreading fake news, turn me off then. Because the longer you stay, the more people watch. I need a big pharma convention. Man, they have been doing crap for you for days. And I used to not want to talk down to the audience at all, but I'm talking down to all of us. I've been sitting by watching this go on. That's why I go fishing, because I get upset about this stuff, because this is actually not even people doing this crap. That's what sucks. This is the same thing. We are either in a state of Babel, confusion. The world has either become so confused with itself that logical men can't even see what the hell is going on. Because I know some logical men, and I've been talking to these dudes, and they are blind. They are blind. But their stocks are dying. Their businesses are falling. Their entrepreneurial ships that they've been working on for 50 years, crumbling. I mean, when the richest men in the world are like, I'm selling everything, because everything ain't going to be worth nothing when this thing's over with. Maybe this is a good release. Maybe all the 13 to 25-year-old men out there that needed to break some shit, maybe for the last week they've been breaking shit, and this thing will die down. But I'm telling you, gigs up on these cops killing folks, man. They've been killing everybody's got cameras nowadays. And, the Roman soldiers didn't have to deal with cell phones. The Chinese government didn't have to deal with cell phones when they used to come in and slaughter your kids. This shit happened. You have a girl in China, ixnay. I mean, we do that here too. I mean, we kill just as many babies as China's killed, but that's a pretty cool sight right there. And let me bring this up. Let me see if I can bring this up right now. Denver's got the shit going on. They're getting all creative. Everybody's got their cell phones up. This is the generation we live in. Now we got the cell phones lighting up Denver. Downtown. What's going on right now? Let me have some live at night. Live. What's going on? Where's my news place? Is this it? What is this nonsense? Where is this? Where's this little light crap? Did I miss this earlier? I must have missed this earlier. What am I watching on my TV? Denver. I got something on my TV that looks cool, but on 9 News. Here we go. Boom. Now they're showing it. Boom. Okay. Let me show y'all this. This is like solidarity for real. This is like almost like this was orchestrated, right? Like almost like they all had to get together and be like, yeah, let's do that cell phone thing. That'll look cool on air. That looks cool. Straight up, right? Got our lights on. Looking pimp, Denver. Denver's doing it right tonight. They ain't burning shit. They're lighting it up with the cell phones, technology. Mayor's daughter arrested in New York. Guys, I've been watching the protests for 6 days. Nice. This is what the world's watching right now. They're watching Denver on Dad with a Phone. Can y'all believe that thing's only going on an hour and a half north of me right now? I'm up in the mountains, 8,500 people. I wonder if I go outside and like scream. How? Oh, look, see, they all came down at once. We're on the ground. We cannot. Oh, they got they're cover your lights. Cover your lights. Turn off your lights. Go dark. They're trying. They just need to shut them all down, boys. You got to shut them all down. Knock out them street lights, kids. Damn. Denver, y'all should have shut them street lights out, because these protesters, if they want real, they need to shut down downtown right now. Shut it out black. That's what they've been. Blackout Tuesday. Blackout Tuesday right now, Denver. Shut the streetlights down. Mayor, shut them down. If you shut down, you'll go viral, bro. If you shut down the streetlights right now, Mayor, shut them down, Mayor. Somebody call the mayor's office. Tell them to shut the streetlights down. Blackout Tuesday. See, they should have had me work in this convention. They would have had me work in this convention. I would have had them on some viral stuff. The mayor of Denver shuts down city lights. Blackout Tuesday. D-Wop, are you going to attend a protest? Hell no. Hell no. I want them to burn the whole world, because the writing that I follow says the meek will inherit the earth. I wrote that today. I said, hey, man, the meek will inherit the earth. My property needs a control burned, so burn the world, man. If that's going to make you feel better, if burning businesses and destroying cop cars, I would rather you smash cop cars, 12-year-old, 13-year-old boys, than shoot up schools. So if you got a little bit of anger and you want to get it out, go smash a cop car, smash a business. I don't even care. Don't bring it. No gun violence. You know what hasn't happened in this? Well, maybe some cops got shot, but you're a gangster if you go after a cop. That's all I'm saying. You're a gangster if you go after a cop. But I would rather 13 to 25-year-old young men go out and smash some vehicles than I would they show up at school shooting kids. So you know what? You're going to lock up a bunch of American kids in the middle of their puberty and tell them to stay at home, and then you're gonna let a police officer kill a man in the middle of the street, and you're gonna let the news play it on every news cycle in every city, in every state, in every county, in every little town, big town. You're gonna let the news and the media do that. You're gonna let them do that. Then, man, you're going to lose a couple of businesses. That's all I'm saying. That is not a recipe for success, America. I hope we don't run that scenario over and over, because that is exactly what this has become. You know, this is a product of the American system. And if you think I'm lying, turn my ass off. Say this guy's an idiot. Say I'm out. Unsubscribe. We'll see you later. I'm just ranting to you about my observations of what is literally happening in front of all of us. First we got a COVID. Nobody gave a shit about SpaceX. So they were like, well, SpaceX didn't take their attention off COVID. So let's riots. Remember that cop killing? This shit happened months ago. Remember that cop that killed that kid that guy in the street? NBC, CBN, CNN. We got a new headline for you. We got a new headline. Cop killer cop. White dude kills black dude. Let's take this crap back to the ancient days. Let's go back as far back as we can go. Black dude kills white dude kills black dude, whatever. Come up with a scenario. Oh, put a badge on that dude. Can you put a badge on the killer? If we put a badge on there, we'll for sure get some riots. And if we run that stuff on every news, this is manipulation of the pauper. When the king is prospering, so is the peasant. If you want to take down a king, you got to crush, right? So as long as the king is prospering, so's the dude. I mean, we were almost, maybe, possibly, I mean, shit, life was pretty good. On all accounts, I work in the extra business. Like, the fun shit, right? Big ass party business. I just told you, what I said. I work in the big party business. So I saw this coming before most people, only because, I work in the extra business, Let's throw an extra party. Let's throw an extra convention. Let's spend some we got to spend some money, guys. Can we spend some money? Listen, I have dined with kings, all right? And I know what it is to eat beans and rice. But nevertheless, when that business started coming down, I was like, damn, getting rid of the parties, canceling the parties, huh? Canceling the parties. Rich folk worrying about this shit. When rich folk be worrying about this, oh, what's really going to go down? It travels downhill, folks. Travels downhill. This is like ancient. This ain't me. I ain't making this up, by the way. I stole this from somebody. If I could tell you who I was stealing it from, I would promise you I would, but I probably hadn't heard it in a minute. But this is all the same stuff. It's the same story. This isn't nothing. This is nothing new. The only cool thing about it is everybody's got cell phones. They shut down live videos on cell phones yesterday in Colorado Springs. You don't believe me? They shut down this live video of this guy that had climbed up a tower, and all the live videos from downtown, every Facebook Live, every YouTube Live, all got shut down. They didn't do it globally, right? They're testing a new system to be able to shut down communications in certain spots. I ain't making this. I'm not making this up. This is being reported all over Colorado Springs right now. And it's cool, man. I mean, Denver is covered in government cameras. Yeah, like if you want to have a protest and you want to get facial recognition of everyone in that protest, put a mask on them. Let's test our facial recognition software. Can we get everybody to wear a mask and see if we can identify everybody in the crowd with our system out of Denver? I bet Denver. Well, we can't just throw a protest in Denver, though. We're going to have to throw it in all our cities. See, Denver is under a federal grant that granted the federal government to come in. They got all this money to come in and put cameras on every street corner times 30, right? Every street corner in Denver, every intersection. We have smart fucking highways, if you know what that means, that the camera knows there's an accident before the accident's even been reported. And the camera begins to turn towards the accident and show the accident on the highway. I promise you, this exists in Denver, that when a vehicle on Highway 25 gets into an accident or a traffic pattern changes, there is a smart algorithm on the cameras on the highways that alerts the camera that there is a problem. There's been an accident. There's been something that has changed the flow of traffic faster than a human can pick up the phone and dial 911. This is Denver, Colorado. You doubt me? Ask the president of Panasonic, because I heard it come out of his mouth. We are a smart city, folks. They know every single person. Every single person the federal government has a picture of who walked through Denver. That's why they made 284 arrests, mostly white folks. They didn't arrest no black folks. Very few black folks got arrested. They're playing video games and using us. For real. This ain't pretend. This isn't conspiracy. This isn't, I'm making this shit up. I heard it out of the president of Panasonic. I got a picture with his ass after I heard it. They had a text to chat deal. I'm at the sound booth. I'm running sound for a special conference. I can't tell you about this shit, but I'm telling you about this shit right now. I signed non-disclosures not to tell you about this shit. They pay me a lot of ass money to do this. I'm at this convention with the president of Panasonic. He's the keynote speaker, one of the keynote speakers. And they open up text messaging questions, right? This happens at conventions everywhere. You don't think I don't text questions in? This is anonymous, coming from a random app they tell you to download. Dude, I'm in the back of these conventions and I'm coming up with like the real question. And I'm like, are y'all using blockchain technology to protect this data? President of Panasonic. I got this shit on video. The president of Panasonic gets the question. Oh, here's an interesting question. Man, this is a great question. Are we using blockchain data to protect the data that is in these cameras and in these? Oh, let me tell you something. The federal government, there's blockchain, Bitcoin shit. They stole that shit immediately, integrated. They call it something else, but the president of Panasonic says it. This is probably one of the best descriptions of how encrypted these cameras are. Blockchain is one of the most encrypted transfers of currencies that we have right now in the undermarket. And yes, we are using this kind of technology. They called it something else, but this kind of technology. So the cameras up and down 16th Street Mall, if you've ever been to Denver, there are smart kiosks. You go to, start pushing buttons. Those are cameras on all of them. They want to track everything you do. You can hook your cell phone to that kiosk as a tourist. And as you walk around Denver, go around Denver, you're going to have special alerts come straight to your cell phone when you pass a certain spot of interest. We are a smart city. We have a technology out east of town that a whole damn suburb is completely off grid. They have their own solar electronic grid and subsidized back into the main grid, and it's all private homes, and you can buy into these suburbs, these smart cities. Man, Denver is a prime location. If you're a government agency that wants to get to 1,000 people, 20,000, 10,000, however many people you can we get them downtown at night? Let's get all the rebels. Let's let them put masks on, and can we still identify them through our system? Damn, that's a video game I want to play. I'm probably going to get in trouble for half the shit I'm sharing with y'all tonight. Let's turn brother against brother. Start with a virus. Let's go to a space program. Conquer Earth. Meanwhile, cops killing people. We still killing folks. Save the whales. Kill the black people in the street. That should be America's motto. We will save every animal on the face of the planet, but some dudes want to protest about a cop killing another human being, and all of a sudden, this turns brother against brother, sister against sister. You know, do you wear a mask or not wear a mask? Are you compliant or you not compliant? Really? Put underwear on your face? Come on, bet. Y'all turn me. If you don't want to listen, turn it off. Turn it off. I know sometimes I'm going to tell y'all a story right now. I have a friend, and not even a super close friend, but we've had some conversations. And I've been watching this friend go through some really tough times with his family and his wife and sickness. And everything. We've just been watching this kind of go down via social media, you know, and his wife has gotten sick and back and forth and stuff. And this guy is, he's a genius, like super genius. And I know some of the smartest people. By the way, if I had already announced this for all you true crime buffs that are watching Dad with a Phone right now, I announced it earlier. I have a foremost wildlife expert and probably one of the smartest and most knowledgeable men that I personally know. He knows more about mountain lions and predators and wildlife in Colorado than I would guess 90% of the world. All right. And I'm talking about specific Colorado predators, wildlife, and the mountain lion happens to be one of his favorite animals. And I can guarantee you this man has seen more mountain lions than my entire audience combined times 10 in the wild. This guy knows more about mountain lions and predators and the woods of Colorado than just about anyone I know. Foremost. And he's going to be on Dad with a Phone podcast talking about wildlife attacks, talking about mountain lions and specifically, and how it may or may not relate to the Suzanne Morphew case. And I asked him specifically, hey, look into this case. And just, you know, this is kind of a rumor. This is a video of her husband that had said something about mountain lions and some things he says about mountain lions and stuff like that, that I kind of think I know the answers because I've spent a lot of time with this man, but why not have him come on and tell you? And so he's going to be on Dad with a Phone in the next couple of days. It could be as early as tomorrow, or it could be later in the week. And I'm excited about that guest because there's a lot of internet rumors and there's a lot of things that people want to believe and want to look into and know about. And so what we know and stuff is one thing, but I'm going to have him come on. We're going to talk about mountain lions, wildlife, predators, and how they interact and what happens when they attack here in Colorado. So that is going to be a good one, by the way. Sorry about that little plug for a new video coming out. See, the protest looks like it ended because the stream ended. Oh, I'm gonna see. I just want to make sure I cover some stuff today. I did have some points I wanted to cover. This whole thing started because of a dad who slept with his maidservant. The village mentality is the most it's the most archaic system that we hold on to, and we're okay with it, right? Even though the village mentality is what causes race or division, or it can race wars or race problems, or, you know, whether even that the cop is a village of them. They created their own blue life, right? Blue lives matter. There's no such thing as a blue life. You know, they created their own race so that they could fit into this village mentality, you know? And so it is what it is. This is the world in which we have had a point and a part of being able to shape. This has been part of our intention here. I started this thing with saying, hey, if you burn the world, it's okay with me because the meek will inherit the earth. See, that's a statement in an ancient writing. But the problem is it's in ancient writings all over the world. Like every religion, every ancient writing that talks about spirits and the earth and Mother Earth, and whether it was the Native Americans down to South America, down to the deepest, darkest parts of Africa, up into the ancient religion islands up north and everywhere else in between. They all have the same story told. The good people are going to inherit the earth. The meek will inherit the earth. It says it in all different languages, tongues, tribes. It's the same story we've told. But there is this underline that, hey, it's okay. Even if the world burns, the meek will inherit the earth. So that's the deal. Either we're going to cycle this. This isn't the end of the world. We're not going to burn the world. It's not the end of modern civilization. It's not the end. But it was foretold. Like, there are ancient writings that brothers will come against brothers and father against son, mother against daughter. This is stuff that was, this is as far back ancient writing that is way more foundational in the human. Like, this isn't about nationalism or USA this or this, but this is going to happen worldwide. We are the freaking example. Do you not get that? Like, the riots are starting here, but they are already spreading across countries. And the countries that are saying they are making fun of America are going to join in with America. And riots and waves of violence and destruction and fire are going to cross the earth. This is not new. I'm not making this up. You watch, you'll be like, Dad with the phone said that was going to happen. I already get people. I already get people that I already have talked about this during COVID. I was like, damn, that was a clean ass move to get everyone to go to their house. And we didn't even get one riot. Psh, we didn't get, you got the white folks in, you got the mobsters in, you got the pastors in, you put all the kids in their rooms. You grounded all the American children at once, and nobody even rioted. I was like, damn on you guys. Y'all did a great job. You kept everyone peaceful and nice. I didn't see this shit coming. Oh, shoot a black dude. Shoot a black dude. Start a race war. We can do it. We can absolutely bait these kids into a race. Man, we locked them 13-year-old and 25-year-old boys up for 60 days. They can't even jack off because their mom's there. Their mom's checking on them every minute. They don't have no free time. Mom and dad are home. They can't even do the craziness. Mom may walk in the door anytime. They have no release. And then you're going to kill a black man and put it on the television. You're going to let every news station, every social media, lift every censorship, and you're going to allow a man to be murdered on every national media platform in America, and you don't think you're going to piss off some folks? Come on, kids. Listen, if I was 13 to 25 and this happened, I'd be burning shit down. I'm glad I'm an old man. I'm glad I'm an old man. I'd be doing it for the sake of just a 13. I burned shit down and wasn't even rioting. I used to play with fire in my backyard just to see what it would do. That's like fire. Like, do you know when the caveman came up with fire? He was like, fire, fire. Of course, some 13 to 25-year-old kids want to burn some cop cars. You should put more cop cars out there. You know what I saw? It looked like a rage room in LA. It was like, hey, do we have some old cruisers? Fuck it. Let's put the new cruisers out. Put all the new cruisers out Main Street. Put them all down Main Street and let them just go to town. It'll help them. It'll tire them out. Once they're tired of beating on cop cars, then we'll just send in the pepper balls. Like, do you think one damn police officer cares that a cop car got burned? You know what they're going to get? They got a whole new damn squad waiting for them. We've been telling you about that shit for days. We have literally been telling you about new cop cars sitting at freaking lots. Not me. The damn internet's been telling you. I have seen YouTube videos in the last few days where new cop cars were brought into all these major cities. And again, we didn't know this shit was going to go down. Oh, shit. Y'all are just going to let people burn cop cars because it kind of, that's got, dude, I kind of want to smack, if you were at a football game and there was a like fundraiser where you could smash a cop car or a regular car with a baseball bat. I'm just saying, right? So maybe this is part of the plan to keep people safe, is like, listen, if we put cop cars out, they can smash those and maybe they'll stay off of business. So this could be part of their plan to keep people just, hey, it feels better to smash a cop car anyway. You don't want to smash KFC. Y'all seen them protecting like the Waffle House. They didn't want to smash they all had to go eat at the Waffle House after this was over. That is not a racist comment. Waffle House was good. That's fun. I got so many positive messages from my rants that I was like, why can't I rant every once in a while? I've been watching way too much Space Force. I had to check out of life for a little bit. I had to turn off the internet and not watch. I need to go fishing. Bro, you put the internet on right now, they have just removed every filter when it comes to riot or protest. I'm telling you, they had to have gotten a hold of the Chinese, because I put some stuff up on TikTok the other day about a true crime case, and that was against community standards. Now they'll let them put on a murder. They'll let them show a murder on TikTok. Why can't people just stick to lip syncing? It's craziness. Where does Trump stand in all this? I don't even care, man. If y'all think this is political, make no mistake about it. This has all been political. Y'all know it's an election year, right? And like I said, you can't bury the king when everybody's prospering. And dude, before COVID, I ain't gonna lie, I was looking at a massive year of prostitution. Because the world's doing good. Like, I was booking pharmaceutical parties. I mean, we threw parties for Trump. I thought hands down, threw a party for Trump here in Colorado Springs. Biden was throwing parties up in Denver. My boy called me. Oh, God, I can't wait till I get a hold of this audio. Trump, you should call me. I got some Biden audio. So, I'm a part of amongst an elite group of ninjas. All right. And we get to go. I've been trying to tell y'all about this for a minute. Y'all listen to this rant. I hear shit. And my boy is up. He texted me. He said, I'm running sound for Biden tonight. I said, bitch, plug your phone in. Biden we got a little app on our phone that we can pull straight from the soundboard, and a phone you can just slide up underneath the soundboard and nobody knows what's happened. Like, nobody in the room. There's only two dudes in the room, right? The sound dude and maybe the video guy would catch on, but nobody else in the room is going to catch the hot mic, the grab her by the pussy comment that came from Trump. That was a sly sound dude that knew he was about to have money. And so my boy records Biden, but my boy's too damn honest. He has a little bit of ninja in him, like he'll do it. But then I've been trying to talk him out of them sound bites. He let me listen to the sound bites of Biden. I probably could get killed. Like, we probably have sound bites that if we released, we probably would get Hillaried by Biden. But it's fun to listen to him, right? It's what happens when it's what happens. Oh, Creepy Joe, never know. That was sad. Oh, Joe, my boy, I'm not even worried, but it's just funny stuff Joe says. What was it? He tells a gay joke. So we have a gay governor, right? Governor Poli. I don't know if you know that, but we have a gay governor. It's not. He's not shy. He's not in the closet. That's not a disregard. We have a homosexual governor. I don't know what you call him. People call him mean things too. So it's the governor. It's Biden and the governor's boyfriend introduced the governor at this party. And so he comes up and he gives he kind of says, he says a gay joke, but it's not a gay joke, where he's like, I'm going to introduce my husband, the governor of my gay. He says my gay husband. He's like, I'm so-and-so and I'm gay and I'm going to introduce my gay husband. It's a party. This is a private event. It's a fundraiser event. You know what I'm saying? Big money, big money, big money. Small. It's not like 1,000 people. We're talking maybe 60, 80 people. Not a lot. 6, 8, 10, 15 tables of 10. Not a lot, right? This isn't a massive party. It's a fundraiser party. And so there's it's a later party. It's not an official. It's not televised. There ain't cameras. There are cameras, but there are certain cameras, and they're telling these jokes kind of, but they can do that because they're married. The governor has a husband, right? And so then Joe Biden gets up there and he tries to introduce himself. Hi, I'm Joe Biden, gay Joe Biden, and I'm going to introduce Joe Biden, the other gay Joe Biden. And he tells this really off-color gay joke and kind of loses it, and it flops. But more than that, it almost sound, if you were to just play it, it'd sound terrible if you don't play it in context with the other stuff that has been said on the microphone. Either way, it didn't sound good for Joe Biden. God, I got to get that audio now. I just done told y'all a story. I got to get that audio. So anyway, this is the state of our union. God, I don't know why I'm telling y'all that. I'm probably going to be in trouble. I'm probably going to get a text message right now. I can't believe you told on me. That's the ninja code. Every sound man in America is mad. Dad with a phone broke the code. That's what happens when you get put into COVID. Breaking codes. I gotta get that. I gotta get it. AR. I gotta find it. That's an AR. AR. I'm gonna have to. I gotta message my man and say, "Hey, bro, you gotta send me that audio because I just butchered the story." What am I drinking? I am drinking half and half. Lipton, send me a sponsorship, kids. This was sponsored by whoever thought they were buying me coffee the other day. My wife bought a case of those, and I like them. I like them. Oh. Shirley, that's hilarious. There's some funny jokes about our governor. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind Polis. I don't care. I think it's cool. We're like the state that breaks all the barriers. I'm just reading y'all's comments now. If you want to call in, y'all got my phone number, right? If you want to call in, I can always throw this into a call-in show. Y'all can tell me how. You know what I hate? I hate that I never get any more prank calls, man. My haters they don't want to go there. They don't want their voice to be heard because they get found out. They know they get found out. Them corrupt cops. They didn't want those videos played in court. Mr. Dalton, can we take your DUI and let me see here. What else you had a busted license plate light. You didn't show us any proof of insurance. You refused a driving test. A roadside sobriety test. Can we take all that out? Can we take all of that? We'll just say that never happened. Your license plate light was out. Can you pay the ticket for the license plate light? Damn, dude, I don't want to do that. No, let's go to trial. I got some videos I got to show this judge. Oh, no. We don't. Come on, Mr. Dalton. Listen. License plate light, bro. License plate light. No, I ain't gonna. Listen, man. My lawyer says, listen, I'll refund you to pay the court cost. Come on, bro. I'm giving you the deal. License plate light out. Bro, I want to show these videos. I can't wait to show you all those videos. I can tell y'all about them cops don't want to call no more. Them cops don't want to call me no more. They know I got a closet full of video. They know my lawyer got a closet full of video. Freaking corrupt cops. I've been telling y'all about corrupt cops for 3 years and nobody been rioted in Woodland Park. This is a pandemic. There are corrupt cops in every law enforcement agency in the country. That's a real pandemic. Those are dudes with guns that can kill people on the street. And sometimes they get away with it. If we don't riot, they get away with that shit. That cop killed that dude months ago, bro. Months. I don't know if it was months ago. It was at least a month ago, 2 months ago. And we just got these riots last 5 days. That takes some time to orchestrate, folks. We got to orchestrate. We got to make sure we got pallets of bricks to put in the street. So these guys, we got to get some extra cop cars because we need to let them smash the cop car thing. We got to smash the cop car thing. Golly. Y'all got my phone number. I was waiting for a cop to call me. I was going to let a cop call first, but I guess I'll put my number up. If you're new to Dad with a Phone, this is kind of a rant. This isn't a true crime thing. You can come back tomorrow or the next day. If you disagree, you disagree. I forgot we had, I don't want to say that. I can't crack on them. My number's up on the screen. Maybe I'll get a hater. I try to stir some shit up today. I try to light a few fires of my own. Not literally. I do not condone violence in the street, but the meek will inherit the earth. I'm going to get in trouble already. I'm getting messages from folks I shouldn't be getting messages from. See, I'm in trouble already. Hey, Ty, we got a new video. I forgot to even talk about. I should talk about that. I hope this is what we got going on here. You're live with Dad with a Phone. We got a new video. I forgot to even talk about. You got to turn all that crap off, girl.
I am sorry.
What's happening?
Well, not much. I just recently found your channel and I love it. So I just started my little robot vacuum, clicked on your YouTube, and thought, oh, I better call somebody to try to get my vacuum off, my volume down, because I had my volume way up with the vacuum thing.
Gotcha. So what's happening?
Go ahead.
No, what's happening? What are you thinking about?
Well, are you talking about the George Floyd? Is that the subject you want to be on?
No, why? Do you have a question about something else?
I had talked to you earlier. I hope, is it Tyson?
Tyson?
I hope he gets back on. I feel bad that he's not on there.
He did. He's back on.
Oh, he is? Okay, because what's crazy is that's another thing. So I get on one night, and it's super late, and then there's a video, and I'm like, oh, I'll have to finish this in the morning. I get up, and it's gone, like poof. I'm like, what in the world?
No, Tyson is back on. He's back on YouTube. He released a new video today.
Oh, well, so what else is new in the rant world? I'll tell you about
what's going on in Utah. Y'all are burning shit in Utah. The Mormons are burning shit down.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. I said, you know what? If this is going down in Salt Lake City, it's going down.
I wonder if all the Mormons join together.
I don't know. I was actually going to go to Salt Lake City this weekend, and I am so glad I didn't. But yeah, I mean, but I'll tell you, I guess maybe I'm the crazy chick, but even every news thing I've watched, they say that all the violence and stuff is coming from outsiders. And they said the same thing for Salt Lake City. That anyone that was arrested was actually from out of state. And so I am with it that it's like this Antifa and all this stuff. But I'll tell you what really makes me mad. In this whole deal, I can get there is a bad cop. That I watched that video actually 3 times in a row because I couldn't believe it. I mean, all the people are standing there yelling, and I just couldn't believe that cop could just sit there like that. But I'll tell you what pisses me off is the fact that they think, what, are they running to Target to get George some shoes? And, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, that is totally missing the point.
Well, but they just want to break some shit.
Well, but that has nothing to do with this. And I'm going to tell you, look what happens when they have all the officers stand down. Then stuff really gets crazy. I do believe there is corrupt cops, and
I don't see, but I don't think so. Like, because you even mentioned it here. So you said you think most of the people that came to Utah was some group Antifa, right? That's the same narrative that's happening in all these cities. So if this group Antifa, whoever they are, they're just this group that all of a sudden they showed up, right? If that is the group, damn, they got a lot of people because they're in like every major city. They're like starting shit in every city, right? So you're telling me every protester, all the people, these are pissed off people in America. These are actually Americans that are pissed off, right?
I agree with that, but what I'm saying is I went to turn on. Matter of fact, that's the night I watched Tyson. I found that video. I didn't even watch TV that night because everything that I turned on, even my YouTube, was live protest.
That's what they have to do, right? That's the deal. The only way they can bring chaos and actually people believe it is if they can get all the medias, right? All the medias to tell the same story over and over and over. And it's they manipulate people straight out there. Like, and it's brilliant. I mean, this is the system in which we've created. So,
I totally agree with you because believe me, I am anti-media completely. Like, that's why my daughter actually just recently got me on this YouTube thing. I didn't even know you could watch stuff on YouTube. I thought it was music, and I'm not old, but I just guess I'm busy and I don't even know what TikTok. I mean, you have all this stuff. Like, I've never had a Twitter account. I don't even know what TikTok is. I asked my daughter the other day. She's like, "Oh, it's something you can just sing on and stuff." I'm like, "Who would do that? I'm not gonna sing on there." Well, anyhow, and I have Facebook that I haven't been on in like months. But back to the Black Lives Matter and all this stuff. I agree with what you're saying. I agree, but I was saying, like, I turned on Salt Lake and they were saying they were finding, which were actually mainly white males that were causing the chaos.
No doubt, probably between the age of 13 and 25. Like, for real. Like, I mean, again,
That's for real.
you lock these dudes up for whatever reason. I'm not saying lock up in jail. You lock them up in their house for COVID-19 for 60 days. You let them get all, worked up, and then they're all going to need jobs because we're going to get rid of all their jobs. And so, yeah, we can pay them some money from Craigslist to go out and throw some shit and get upset. But the thing is, that is simply, but why? You're pissed at the system we've created. The fact that, I mean, every one of these protesters, whether it be the LGBT community, the black community, the Black Lives Matter community, the pro-abortion people that want to, the pro-life people, the mothers against drunk drivers. I mean, you can go down the damn list of protests that happen in America, and they're all paid. They're all paid organizations. They're all organized and come out and let you, whatever you want to scream about. When they throw bricks in the mix and they throw cop cars out, shit, let's smash them cop cars. That's what they're letting them do, right? Burn the cop cars.
And that's what I did find was weird is every news channel had at least one or two cop cars burning.
Oh yeah, and like, they've been telling people on YouTube, I swear, if you go back just a few days before all this goes down, we're thinking everybody in America, we're going martial law's coming because of COVID-19. Oh boy, we didn't see this one. Bullshit. I told you martial law was coming weeks ago. Just because it came because of protests instead of COVID-19, you ain't gonna call me a fortune teller? I mean, everybody's been saying it, and all of a sudden now we got martial law, we got curfews, we got National Guard, and so it's this. I try to tell y'all. I try.
Well,
yeah, I know you're new. I know, but you're new. You're new. You're new.
COVID-19 thing. Like, here's all these looters. They're busting into Target. They're swiping TVs off the shelf, and they got their damn COVID masks on. I'm like, are you being serious with me?
Well, that's what they see. They do that because now you're not suspicious. What are they going to say? Oh, the guy with the mask robbed the TV. Everybody's wearing a mask.
Well, I know they got it all just figured out. My daughter actually just recently got a job doing like personal shopping at Walmart. She said, and so she goes out, she takes the vehicle, and the people aren't allowed to get out of their vehicle. But she says people are sitting in the vehicle with their mask on, windows all rolled up, and they hold signs to the window. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, and I look like the devil because I'm not putting on a mask. I'm sorry. And I don't know how you feel about this COVID thing, but I feel bad. I mean, I know a lot of people have died, but I think that this was a setup into this.
Oh, well, it would seem so because they definitely were moving in the tanks, and they were calling in the National Guard, and they were all these. I live in a military area. Colorado Springs, spills out into Woodland Park, and all my military friends have been telling me for weeks, we're going into martial law, we're going into some stuff. And, of course, we're all sitting back thinking, oh, it's going to be some sort of COVID related incident. But the real truth is that, these are back-to-back plans being carried out excellently, by the way. I mean, the COVID-19 thing was carried out so good that we didn't have a riot. Right? Cops came off the streets, man. Woodland Park PD was taking naps up by the school, right? They knew what was coming. Like, now I got Manitou police coming into Woodland Park, which is a whole different city and a whole different El Paso. So all this stuff was getting planned. Obviously, if I would have had the scoop, I would have told you. I tried to tell people that martial law was coming, and they wanted to laugh at me and tell me how wrong I was. We're sitting in it. We're sitting in the midst of it right now. And so, we got here through a different story, but it's happening.
At some stuff like with this stuff going down with China. I mean, you just got chaos all around it.
But that's exactly what they want. Everybody, they want the chaos, and this we've been here before. We've been here before. Hey, thanks for calling.
Yes, I'm sorry I talked too long, but yes, I want to call you on that George. Because the thing is like I said, you know, if they want to do their protest, that's one thing. But you know, I don't agree with busting into businesses and.
Well, nobody, no saint, no like good person is gonna agree with it.
But I do agree that you have all these young 25, 19, 25 that have been cooped up in their house with the COVID deal, and if that, and of course all this is taken off in the cities, and that's where they were actually really pressing.
Well, and that's the thing. The large villages, that's always where the chaos starts, right? It's going to spill, it's going to spill into smaller areas. And, again, how far are they going to take it? We don't know. This is completely controlled. This is a controlled demonstration. It's controlled. It's all controlled.
I'm in my bunker tomorrow.
Well, all right. Well, get down in there and hunker down. Hey, thanks for calling Dad with the phone. Make sure you got good internet access down there.
Do I? Oh, in my bunker?
Yeah, you got to be able to watch Dad with the phone.
I do, and I actually am headed to my bunker. My husband is a big Alex Jones person.
Well, that's the problem right there. All right. Hey, we'll talk to you. You're gonna get me kicked off YouTube. You can't say that name on YouTube. That's a no-no. I'm sorry, caller. I didn't mean to hang up on you. I hope I don't get kicked off YouTube because you said the AJ words. You cannot say that name on YouTube. Oh, God, I'm going to get kicked off YouTube. I know they're going to start censoring me beforehand. They're probably already censoring me. You can't. I didn't mean to cut you off, caller. I did, but you can't say that name on YouTube. You can't. It's against the rules. We signed an agreement. You can't say that name, AJ's name. No, Oklahoma. Broken Barrel, Oklahoma. Broken Bow.
What's up, Dad? What's up?
Who am I talking to?
You're talking to Mike.
Mike. What's going on?
I got a hold of your reporter that you had the other day. And,
Which one? Which one?
The young lady that was covering the Susan Morphew case.
What do you mean the other day? That was like this morning, wasn't it?
Well, I thought it was the other day. Well, the main thing on this is, I'm wondering, did you know that she's not on NamUs?
Oh, you're talking about Suzanne Morphew?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that is it's come out a couple of times that yeah, she's not on the National Missing Persons database thing.
So that young lady that you had up interview, she's going to follow up on that and find out why.
Yeah, and so she also released a Twitter today. I found out about it a little earlier before her Twitter flipped out or came out, but the CBI and the Chaffee County Sheriff's Department are aware of the video that Barry made with Tyson, and they have made a statement that the family is being cooperative with law enforcement, and so that's kind of what's out. But yeah, so I did know about that. She wasn't on the database.
Contact her. She didn't know about it, so like I said, hopefully we hear more and find out that she gets to be on that database.
Yeah, for sure. I understand that's a database that lasts and is out there, but I don't know.
That database is even used for Jane Doe's and John Doe's. It's an optional thing.
Yeah.
I just find it kind of strange that after this long, Barry hasn't even dared to put it in, or even law enforcement.
No, for sure. Yeah, and I don't know who gets put on that database and who doesn't, and who has to put them on there. So.
Okay, that was just my statement.
Cool.
Calling in because I tried to ask that question yesterday, but you kept on kind of bypassing it.
Oh, are you talking about like in chat?
Yeah,
I barely ever read the chat. I'm sorry, man.
that's okay. All right, talk to you later.
All right, man. I'll talk to you. Bye. I'm reading chat today, but like I probably wasn't. If I was ranting about some shit, I sure wasn't ranting. I don't read chat. I barely read them. AJ was the first to be screaming about Epstein. And what about, hey, have y'all watched that Jeffrey Epstein documentary show, TV show on Netflix? Again, check out of reality for a second. Forget you're in COVID and the riots and watch the Epstein thing and the pedophile island and stuff. That dude had a pedophile ring rolling. He had recruiters in Palm Beach and in West Palm Beach. This is where my wife grew up, South Florida. So like I know West Palm and have driven on. Oh, somebody's calling me from Denver. Are you live from the riots right now?
Hello?
Yeah, you're live with Dad with a phone. Are you marching downtown?
I was watching you, Dad, with the phone. I've been texting you or hitting you up in the message thing. I need a good place to go fishing. You know, it's Colorado's free fishing weekend.
Oh, it's free fishing weekend?
Oh, yes. You know, we got to hit them baits this weekend. It's free.
Gotcha. So you're in Denver or Colorado Springs?
I'm in Denver right now. I've been fishing over at Berkeley Lake.
Yeah.
Off of like I-70 and 48.
Yeah.
This weekend I want to take my son. He's 11. I want to take him out further where he can catch some better fish.
Oh, so you don't know where you want to go?
Right, because I'm not familiar with the lakes. I know they got Cherry Creek, and they're kind of crowded.
Yeah, if it's a free weekend though, every lake's going to be crowded. Yeah, it's not. You're not. I mean, you could go up into some like high mountain lakes, but all of them are gonna be crowded over there. I would, if you got a lot of Great Lakes up there, Cherry Creek Reservoir, Chatfield Reservoir, Boyd Lake, Stagecoach Reservoir, Douglas Reservoir. You got quite a few reservoirs in Denver that are really good fisheries, actually. But I mean, if you come down, if you wanted to, if you come, I mean, between Denver and Colorado Springs, there's not much, but I mean, there's a couple down south off of 470. But I would actually go there if you wanted somewhere. Man, I think I would go there. Cherry Creek Reservoir is like one of the best walleye reservoirs in the state of Colorado. And if you get walleyes, real good at eating fish.
Well, yeah, I'm just teaching my 11-year-old right now how to fish.
Yeah, so if you go to like Cherry Creek and you're gonna fish off the bank, you want to find a bank where the wind is blowing the water into the bank. So like these are like you want to look wherever you're going to fish from, you want the wind to be blowing in your face and the waves to be coming towards that bank. Walleye like the rocky, so if it's rocky more than sandy is better. So just when you're like picking out your spot on whatever reservoir, if there's like a little point that you can walk to that's got rocky banks, but you know there's Cherry Creek is pretty well known for walleye and bank. You can fish from the bank there, and so.
Okay, I might just take him over there because I think they have a campsite too.
I bet Cherry Creek's got a campsite, but you got to book your campsites online now. And me and my wife have been booking some dates, but it's getting filled up. So if you're gonna book it for this weekend, you better get on it.
Okay, I'm gonna jump on it.
All right.
He wants to go fishing.
You got to take him. You got to teach. You got to teach him. So I'm telling you. So if you go to Cherry Creek and take him over to Walmart, get him some like just little rubber swim baits, like the 360 made by. They sell them right at just about every Walmart. It's just a little rubber swim bait. You know, anything little minnow colored. Throw that shit out there and drag it along the bottom. Catch you a walleye. You better call me for dinner.
I'm gonna tell you that.
All right. We'll talk to you later. All right. Bye-bye. Oh, I could talk fishing all night. Who's AR? Who said a few comments ago that they are too shy to call in? If you do it, I'll do it. Oh, you kids. How are you shy? You're shy to talk on the phone? Okay. Oh, God. We're going to talk to the internet. This is a small crowd today. Somebody wants to yell at me about something. Y'all been way too nice. Where are all my creepers at? Y'all been picking up the online stuff, but y'all afraid to call in? Have I blocked y'all all? We don't have no trolls in here? Got my phone number up on the screen. I need a good prank call for a laugh. Oh. Oh, let's watch Tyson. I better not play Tyson's video. I'll get him in trouble. I'll get in trouble. He texted me though. I'm gonna have Tyson on the show for real. I'm gonna go check out Tyson Draper's YouTube right now and see how many video he's got up. He's only got one video up. It says, if Barry Morphew is found to be innocent, I will gladly apologize. Well, you can't be upset at that. That dude's right there going to tell you. If you want to just point at him and say, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, and a man is willing to say, you know what? I was wrong. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? He done told you he'll apologize. Will that make you feel better? What do you want him to do? Jump off a building? That's what they would have you do. That's what they would want you to do. If you screw up, they want you to jump off a you're dead. You're dead to us. You're dead. Dead to us. You're live with that. You're not dead. You're live with that with the phone. Oh, did my phone die? Nope. You're here. What's going on? You're not gonna talk to me for 12 seconds or what? Hey, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what's
You need rehab.
I need rehab?
Yeah, rehab or psychiatric help.
I need okay, how are you a doctor? Can I get a diagnosis? Come on. Weak. That one was weak, kids. You don't even talk for 12 seconds. You say you need rehab or psychiatric help, and you ain't even willing to give a diagnosis? You're new to Dad with a phone. If you beat me, I won't hang up on you. If you start cussing, I'll mute you. But that's just because I'm like trying to be child friendly. If that was a prank call, that's the best you got. Come on. Rehab or psychiatric help. You know that psychiatrics aren't even doctors? You know that, right? They're not even doctors. That's a made up profession. That's a made up doctor. If you're a psychiatric, I'm sorry. You're not a real doctor and you know it, right? You're not an MD. You can't operate. You don't know organs. You didn't have to do biology. None of that bullshit. You just make shit up. You sit on a couch. You get some counseling. I'm not saying that your job isn't needed. I'm just saying you're not a real doctor. I don't think there's too many psychiatrists that listen to me, though. So I probably should be okay. Hey, caller, I would call you back, but I don't want to. I know you ain't got the chops to hang with that with a phone. So I could tell you couldn't even talk for 12 seconds. Jeez. I thought I was going to get a prank call. That was weak. Some weak ass prank calling. I love y'all. Y'all know I'm playing, right? I need a little freedom. Oh, she was probably triggered. She did have daddy issues. I could tell that. Do you have rehab? Your rehab when you go fishing? Oh, shit, I do need rehab. If that's therapy, baby, take me to fishing therapy. Okay. All right, caller. I'm sorry. I could use some fishing therapy, no doubt. Yep, I'll take that. Diagnosed, treatment, gold medal waters, 22-inch rainbows, 50-inch pike, lake trout, and a walleye. That should heal me. I should be completely healed after a day on the lake. Golly, I love it. I would prank call you, but I'm out of practice. I know, right? See, people don't know that I have been dad with the phone forever. 10, 11 years old, when they didn't have tracing calls and shit. You didn't have caller ID, before all that. Dude, we used to prank some folks. I mean, some real prank calls. Y'all don't even know, like Roy D. Mercer style. Roy D. came along after us. He just made a radio show out of it. Oh, the catfish. This is yet a fishery that I've tapped into since I've been in Colorado. But I grew up with catfish, Mississippi, Texas, Louisiana, all of the, yeah. We used to prank teachers, but now the Zoom classroom clown is the new kicker. My son, we homeschool our kids. They're not all right in the head, I understand. They're a little strange homeschool kids, but now everybody's homeschooling, so everybody will be homeschool kids. They have virtual classes, and my son is now, like, we've been making him do these virtual classes with these other homeschoolers, which is ridiculous because we used to go to homeschool co-op so that our kids could have interaction with kids. We'd take my son's in an aerospace lab where he's learning how to fly shit and drones and gliders and hot air balloons and all that kind of stuff. And so now he's been having to do Zoom classes, right? This kid is definitely dad with the phone son. While he's on his Zoom on the laptop, he's then created a fake Zoom account on his cell phone and is pranking the Zoom class with 30 kids in it. Golly. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Because part of me wants to be like, Zane, that's innovative shit right there. Like, that's innovative class clown shit. I'm proud of you. The other part of me wants to be a dad that's like, you can't do that. That's not how you're supposed to act. It looks bad on us. They're calling your mom. They're calling me in the middle of your Zoom class, telling me you're pranking the class. So you didn't even do a really good job about it. So, anyway. They postponed Letitia Stout court appearance. They are going to have a meeting. I don't know what the hell that means. It's not open courtroom. It's a conference. So it's a conference. I wish it was. I'd be going to court. It's not. I already talked to my sources. Like, can I get in the courtroom? I have a right to be there. I have a right to listen. This open court. It's public court. Bullshit. COVID changed everything. Oh, dude, I'll take some catfish. Why the tea bag need to be sentenced? Plandemic. The plandemic. Do the parents get to attend? I would assume they passed some new rules. So I think that they are going to make it possible that witnesses and or not witnesses, but victims and victim relationship can attend, but they can attend in person, and or they'll be able to listen by phone. And if they have an option to make statements, or if they want any statements made by the family, they'll have the option to make those statements by phone, or if they want to attend, they can attend. I think we're headed for a deal, and I don't mean a deal where they're going to make a deal with the devil and let her off or anything like that. I just mean I have a feeling they're going to try to say, hey, listen, if you plead guilty, I don't know. They may want to make a circus out of it. The COVID-19 is good and bad for things like this. With the postponement of it, they are going to slowly not bury it. You're not going to forget about it. Like you're not going to forget about it. And the people on, the special social media groups aren't going to forget about it, but it will be a secondhand story to the world, except through social media. And so the media is jacking around right now. They're jacking around with this pandemic plan. They got to plan this shit out. What's next? What's the next phase? It's all been about phases. We're going to go into phase 2 of opening. We're going to go into phase 3. Now we're going back to, okay, let's shut everything down at 8 o'clock. Okay, give them 9 o'clock. How long could these protests last? Who knows? A lot of these people are probably collecting some sort of unemployment money. A lot of these people are probably collecting some sort of government money right now. Government is just handing out money to everybody. I mean, I've told this story 100 times. They're handing out money to drug dealers, like for real. Gray market marijuana growers in Colorado are collecting unemployment and stimulus checks, and they ain't even filed taxes in years. So when they're handing out government money to drug dealers, who knows how long they're going to print money for. And if you print money and give it to people and they don't want to go back to work because they're going to file this unemployment or stimulus money or whatever, bingo bango, bingo bango, baby. Throw a protest, and they're paid. The government's paying these protesters. Everybody who's there that doesn't have a job and is collecting unemployment is actually getting paid by the government to go protest. Think about that shit. Think about that paradox. Sign that one up for Antifa. I bet the government. Oh, somebody's calling from a no caller ID. These are the best. Hey, no caller ID, you're live with Dad with a phone. You're live with Dad with a phone.
You really kill fish? Do you think that's cool to kill fish?
Oh,
Yeah.
Fish? Do you have cats?
I said, do you think it's cool to kill fish?
Do you have cats? Is what I asked you. Is this Carol Baskin? Because I thought you fed cats fish.
I'm no Carol Baskin.
Do you have
I don't
cats?
have any cats.
You don't have cats? You're not a cat lover?
I know if you think it's cool to kill fish.
I kill fish and eat them, yes.
That's not cool.
Do you eat hamburgers?
We're gonna start marching on that.
Do you eat hamburgers? Is this the best? This is a good one though, by the way. You're gonna march on me going fishing?
March off anyone that's going fishing.
This is America. This is what they do. They march on the whales. They march for hugging the trees. They march for saving the frogs and the turtles. Absolutely.
And I'm gonna march on the walleye.
You're gonna march on the walleye. You're getting better. It's getting better. This is a good one.
Well, have a good night.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, I love when prank callers are actually fans. I don't want prank calls from my fans. You could just talk to me. That's no fun. I love y'all. March on the walleye. That's what I'm about to go do. March on some walleye. Oh, I love it. This is a weird phone call. Absolutely, Stephanie. That was a weird phone call. I thought it was going to go somewhere else. I was like, no caller ID. Who knows where this one's going to go? I got to be quick. Oh, that's not even a prank call. That's like a fan call. I promise you. That person watches Dad with the phone. Oh, the haters gave up on me. They did. They did. They knew it fueled me. Isn't that what it is? They were like, oh, every time we say something, he like gets blessed. I'm like, I've been trying to tell y'all that. I mean, if you think bad shit about me, good shit comes my way. People don't believe me, but I can tell you that 100 times over, and you think I'm being arrogant. I promise you, it's just because I got eyes to see, man. When people talk bad about you, good shit comes your way. That's how the world works. That's as true as the law of gravity. When people talk bad about you, I need some blessing in my life. So when people talk bad about me, golly, I know some shit's coming my way. I must not be doing nothing. I got some good guests. Hey, hands down for this morning. Hands down. Come on. Lauren did awesome this morning on the Dad with the Phone podcast. It was a great podcast. If you didn't listen to it, then you're not listening to the people who know more about the Suzanne Morphew case than most people, right? These are people who are getting paid to contact and talk to law enforcement, family, people close to the case. I give the media a bad rap. Trust me, Lauren is collecting a check from the media. She ain't controlling what goes on at the media. She's good people. When I talk bad about media, I'm not talking bad about the individual reporter. You understand that, I hope. I've had the best reporters on Dad with a Phone. Are you kidding me? I've had Sam Kramer, the best reporter. He's a legend around here, by the way. Other reporters that I run into, they will tell you Sam is like every other reporter that covered the Patrick Frazee case bowed to Sam Kramer when it came to reporting. They were like, how the hell does this little kid do all these? Because Sam's young. He's a young guy. He's in his early 20s. And he's crushing it. Crushing the reporting. Crushing the reporting to the point to where people still talk about him today. I ran into the KOAA guys out at in Salida, and I was like, tell Ryan I said hello. Ryan is the news director of KOAA. He's the guy in charge. Me and Ryan have had multiple conversations about multiple subjects for a while. He lives up here in Woodland Park. He was Sam's boss. And I said, I did a podcast with Sam, and Sam covered the Frazee case, and the guy was like, Sam's a legend. And then I'm at the Tisha Stout case, true ass story. I'm listening to two reporters talk as I'm texting and tweeting with back and forth with Sam. And these reporters are talking about how Sam could tweet so fast during the Patrick Frazee case. And I was like, hey, I'm actually talking to Sam right now. And they were like, he's a legend, right? Lauren may not be Sam legend, but Lauren is a damn good reporter, and she's been on Dad with a Phone podcast. We had a reporter that's covered. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna give y'all an update on the. You want some inside info on the MFer case? I just talked to my reporter down in Austin, and she's been on Dad with a Phone too. She came on and did a update about the MFer case, and I tweeted her and I was like, hey, what's going on with MFer down there in your part? I know COVID's taken over, but what's happening? And she said, well, officially it's been, pushed out, postponed. The dates have been pushed out. We knew this stuff officially. Unofficially, I'm at a dinner with some cop friends of mine, All right, there you go. And got some report on MFR. That's going to I need to consolidate that report, and I need to bring that to you via a proper live video. But we do have some reports on the MFR case. That's Megan Fermuska. If you're not familiar, if you're new, like the caller that just called in that's new to Dad with the Phone, if you're new to Dad with the Phone through the Suzanne Morphew case, Megan Fermuska kidnapped and killed. So she kidnapped Heidi Brizard and her 3-week-old newborn baby. She kills her best. This is a friend of 20 plus years. They weren't best friends, but Heidi had a lot of best friends. And so like she was one of lifelong friends with Heidi Brizard. She kills Heidi Brizard, kidnaps her baby, and tries to pass off her baby as her own. If that ain't sick enough for you, right? And so we've been covering that case since it started. We've got some really great contacts down there in the Austin area. We've been talking to people that are other friends of Heidi's and family through some people. So we've got some good sources in that case, and that case hasn't gone away. We haven't forgot about Heidi Brizard and the MFer that's in jail right now. We do have some new info on that. We'll be hitting that one. What else we got? 118 watch, only 50 likes. That's freaking a shame. That's terrible, Alexandra. People just don't love me. That's just terrible. See the disrespect. Disrespectful. Can't even push the like button. My name is Michael. You're watching Dad with a Phone. I'm out. I haven't been going for 2 hours. Been going for 2 hours. I'm brilliant. Felt like 5 minutes. I'm out, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. You can find me at all the links at the bottom of the page. You know how to roll that. TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The state of our world, brother against brother. Listen, we're going to survive. We've been here before. This isn't new. It's just the cycle. All for entertainment purposes. If you take this as fact, good luck with that. If you take this as news, good luck with that. If you think I'm a journalist, I had a journalist on this morning, but I ain't no journalist. I'm just a dad with a phone. We'll talk to you guys later. I'm out.